All right, let's jump right in. Today we're doing a deep dive on the Tensora token, TORA.
Yep, 2 or R. And there's some pretty big claims attached to this one.
Big claims is right. Our sources describe it as an L2 intelligence layer. But here's the twist. It's called a centralized layer of Binance.
Exactly. That's the core proposition and maybe the core contradiction right there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be powered by something they call Stack.
Stack. Okay.
Yeah, and secured by BNB tokens and Binance's validators.
So wait a second. If the big idea is, AI and eventually decentralized intelligence, starting with a centralized Binance layer, that feels like a fundamental conflict, doesn't it?
It definitely raises a flag. You're essentially trading some decentralization for that initial security provided by the BNB chain.
What's the payoff then? What does TORA actually do?
The promise is bringing real AI computation and insights onto the blockchain.
Yeah.
The idea is you can use it to deploy and register AI models, build intelligent apps on-chain.
Okay, interesting. So how do they plan to get there? Is there a roadmap?
There is. They lay out 3 phases.
Phase 1.
Phase 1 is the L2 launch bridge, sort of the foundation.
Makes sense. Phase 2.
Phase 2 is where the AI active compute comes in. They mention ending subknot creations.
Subknot creations, what does that mean practically?
The source material isn't super detailed, but it seems to imply these are like smaller, dedicated AI processes or agents running on their network. So Phase 2 activates that core AI functionality.
Got it. And Phase 3.
Phase 3 is the big goal, a decentralized, intelligent marketplace.
Ah, okay. So they do plan to move away from the centralized aspect eventually. That transition from Phase 12's reliance on Binance to a decentralized Phase 3, that's crucial.
Absolutely. It's a whole pivot. And for that, they need transparency, right?
Yeah.
Build trust.
So what are they offering on that front? Anything concrete for, say, developers?
They point to a GitHub repository, for checking token info, and they mention an FUA key.
FUA key.
Yeah, which sounds like their term for basically an API key. Suggests they're focused on getting developers building with it early on.
Okay, technology sounds ambitious. What about the market side? Are people buying into this, despite the centralization question? What do the numbers look like?
Well, the price snapshot we have is around $1.68.
And supply.
Max and total supply capped at 1 billion TORA.
Holders. Community size.
This is interesting. About 5,000 to 6,000 holders listed. Not enormous, but respectable.
Okay.
But get this, 115,000 transfers.
Wow, hold on. 115,000 transfers with only 6K holders?
Yeah, that's a lot of activity per holder.
That signals, well, it could be rapid growth or maybe just a lot of trading among existing holders, perhaps whales. It's definitely not a quiet token.
Not at all. And you can trade it on PancakeSwap, Arbitrum, OpenOceans. It's accessible.
And what's the general feeling? The sentiment?
Overwhelmingly positive, according to the source. We're talking 89% bullish sentiment versus only 11% bearish.
89% bullish. That's very high.
It is. Plus, they seem active, on Twitter, Discord. The community seems engaged.
Okay, so summing up, ambitious tech goals, this sort of centralized to decentralized roadmap, strong positive sentiment, and high trading volume. How did the source rate it overall?
The source gave it a 7.
Yeah.
Presumably out of 10.
Yeah, 7. So decent confidence, but maybe tempered by that centralization aspect we talked about.
That seems likely, yeah. It reflects both the potential and the inherent questions.
Which brings us to the really important part.
Absolutely. The
Okay.
disclaimer. The source stressed this, and we have to as well. This is not financial advice.
Hmm.
Always do your own research. DYOR.
Definitely. We're just unpacking the information presented in the source material here.
Exactly.
So let's leave you with a final thought to chew on. Given how much the source highlights the security coming from Binance's BNB validators, how tied is Tudare to that ecosystem, really?
Right. And if that dependence runs deep, how feasible is that leap to a truly decentralized marketplace in Phase 3?
What kind of balancing act does Tudare need to pull off between leveraging Binance's security now and achieving genuine decentralization later? That seems like the key tension to watch.